What it do, what it is, it's your OG partner, iDollar. It's your boy, Fake, a compulsive thief. That boy be stealing, that boy be stealing, that boy be stealing. Drum, cha-cha, hotline. Hold on, wait. He done stole that boy shit again. Let's get to it.
Again?
Let's get to this.
It is 2025, and currently Drum is painting a picture of a potential historical repeat of something that happened in 2015.
Say it ain't so.
10 years ago.
Say it ain't so.
Now, a
Say
lot
it
of
ain't
you
so,
guys
Fake.
probably do know this in my audience. If you're new here and you do not know, let me quickly refresh you. Drum is an artist who dropped a song called Cha Cha back in 2015, and Drake initially released his Hotline Bling song as a remix on SoundCloud called Cha Cha Remix. It's
Say what?
Hotline Bling, aka
Say what?
Cha Cha Remix. Hotline Bling in brackets, Cha Cha Remix. Okay, it was blatantly put out that way. Now, as the song gained some steam and gained success on SoundCloud,
what Drake do?
It went to Apple Music.
What Drake do?
The Cha Cha Remix part was removed. The song became one of Drake's biggest songs ever. We know the moment that it had. And Drum got no credit for it. Not only no credit, he got no monetary reward for it.
So you suing people?
He was not credited as a writer or producer.
You suing people?
On the publishing side.
You talking about the big corporations
now,
doing?
This is a Diamond song.
Come on, Playboy.
This is one of Drake's biggest songs ever. I'd be pretty upset if that happened to me.
Piss me
now,
off.
2 years later, Drum tweeted a song, and he seems to be alluding to the fact that Drake may have done the same thing with his new album
again
from one of Drum's songs from
again.
Last year. We're going to take a look at the songs. We're going to take a look at the history of Drake and Drum, how we got to this moment, and you guys can let me know in the comments what you think of that situation, what you think of this situation, and what...
We all grew up young back in the day when the little kid, you go into the store with the kids and that one that couldn't stop stealing. You would go anywhere and they just couldn't stop stealing. And then once they got a little older, they couldn't stop stealing. And then somewhere in there, they go to jail, penitentiary, death, or jail or penitentiary changed their life. But there are just people who just can't stop stealing. Playboy cannot have people write for him no more. Reference tracks just keep flowing and flowing. The paperwork, all that. So he can't trust anybody right now to write the track. So he's AI and stealing. He's a thief. He's stealing culture. Go back to that video I just posted before this one. Drake used to hate gangster music. He used to say that he would never try to do that because that's not really him and that's being fake. So that's why I started calling him fake. Once I watched that last interview where he said that if he tried to live that life that he would be fake. That's his name. He's fake.
What you think will happen next. My name is Jeremy Hack. Welcome to the channel. This is a place where we deep dive into hip-hop, into music. We're passionate about lyrics. We're passionate about hip-hop. We're passionate about music. Passionate about the art form. And we're a great community of music-loving people that you could be a part of right now. So all you got to do to be a part of it is hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, let us know your thoughts, and reply to some people in the chat. All right, let's get into it.
I'm going to make sure that I give him his shot at. I'm sorry. I was just so ready to get to this that I just overlooked everything. But before the end of this, I'll give him his shot.
Link, and since not everybody has Apple Music, it didn't do too much initially. But what he was referring to is... yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not making money off these videos, but I want the most amount of people to see it, and YouTube sometimes suppresses videos if it demonetizes them, so you can listen to the full song, but... Who's calling it? Who's calling it? Hear the beat. So the beat is what he's referring to here. He's referring to the tempo, he's referring to the vibe overall, and...
Damn, Fake. That's the song that everybody is probably talking about, Nokia. I refuse to give that boy one listen. I listen to Give Me a Hug and... Nigga, I ain't about to hug you. You a grown-ass man.
I think what
But
he's
you need a
getting
hug.
at is someone on Drake's team or Drake himself
Council,
bit his swag a little bit here.
your ass beat.
And if you want to go as far as to say the word stole, you can say that. Now here's what Drom said. He said, "Don't this sound familiar? He played this, right?" And then underneath, you had people saying things like, "Yeah, he stole your whole shit like always. Start the lawsuit.
Nokia.
Nokia." I thought
That was
part
the
of
only
was
song
kinda
besides,
like,
Give Me a
C1
Kiss.
now, Wave
I mean, Give
Rider,
Me a Hug.
and then
He needed-
Soulja Boy
yeah.
again. So this isn't
That's the
just
only,
Drum. People
man,
are
song
kind
people
of
was
in
talking
his
about.
comments
So
agreeing that this may sound similar. You can let me know in the comments what you think, if this sounds
he's a
eerily
stealer.
similar,
He's a
if it
thief.
sounds somewhat similar, if it
He's a
doesn't sound similar at
motherfucking
all.
rap
Let me know
Grinch.
in the comments. But I can't take this incident as an isolated incident. I have
He
to
wants
look at
to
it
take
in
from the
entirety
community and
of
go back
these
up there
two,
on his little.
artist relationship and
Island.
Drake's history as to what's happened. So for those of you guys who don't really know the history between Drom and Drake, when Drake initially put out Hotline Bling, it was at the height of Drake fame, right? We had, if you're reading this, it's too late. We had the Meek Mill beef, the Meek Mill battle, right? And Drake actually released on the same day as Charged Up, which was the initial diss track to Meek Mill. He released it on his OVO Sound, Apple Music, radio. And I remember this because, like I've said, I've been a big Drake fan my whole life. So I remember listening and tuning in and excited.
You don't
to
get
hear
no
what Drake had.
information
In
from
fact,
people who listen to hip hop. You gotta
tune
listen
in
to them
OVO
fans
Sound
that.
radio. On Friday, something's dropping.
He thought they
And
was.
so he
Hey
got
Drake,
Charged Up. He ran it back
think
to
people
back to back to
dumb?
back like 4 or 5 times.
I'm sorry,
if
fake.
not like more times. You know, he's the
Fans
sixth
not
guy.
slow,
So
bro.
he ran it 6 times back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
To back.
And then he dropped a song called Right Hand, and he dropped Hotline Bling. He then put these songs on SoundCloud, and on SoundCloud, the title of the song was Hotline Bling Cha Cha Remix. Now, most of this stuff has been scrubbed, but if you look here, this is a Fader article from 2015, July 25th. Drake's Cha Cha Remix Hotline Bling is something new. So already,
New?
this song was standing
It's
out.
a
from the rest of
remix.
its catalog is sounding
Where the
different.
original song at?
The beat specifically, as well
Okay.
as the
I
hook
don't know,
and
man.
melody.
I'm
I
just
really
finding out
liked
about
what I
this.
heard.
This was in 2015. This is
Everyone take a
2025.
breath.
So
Give yourself time to
sorry,
recover
shit.
from the great Drake flood we've experienced today, from his Meek Mill diss track Charged Up to the Bay indebted Right Hand. Ready? Here's his remix of Cha Cha, the calling card of Virginia rapper Drom, newly retitled Hotline Bling. It's classic Drake all the way, lovesick and not willing to admit that the girl who used to make his phone's hotline blink, I guess misspoke there because they had bling in the sentence before, but may have moved on. Listen below, okay? So now the SoundCloud link is no longer there.
it was about some
It's
sucker shit.
very clear. There
I'm
was
past
no
the 3
hiding
minute
it.
mark.
There was
Man,
no
that boy
denying
on that
it.
sucker shit.
Drake actually was inspired by Drum. There's no doubt about it. He named the song Cha Cha Remix.
For a reason.
Okay, so either the beat inspired him, either they used the exact beat and just added some melody on top of it a little bit differently, or they remade the beat based on
They
that,
stole
or they
it.
used part of the beat. No matter what, Drake was inspired by Cha Cha, and not only inspired by Drum's Cha Cha, but he remixed
Come on,
it. He was
Fade.
calling it a remix. He didn't even say Cha Cha influence. It said remix. This word, this is exactly what it was titled. Hotline Bling Cha Cha Remix, okay?
You know,
Now,
plus
look at-
he
this
used to
is
remix stuff all the
something
time. I mean,
Why did people say Drake stole Hotline
damn,
Bling from Cha Cha by Drum?
stop.
People really confuse it. This is 3 years ago.
I'm sorry.
And somebody said Drake
Don't
initially
sue me.
debuted Hotline Bling on OVO Sound Radio and released it on SoundCloud as Cha Cha Remix, which we just went over. Once they saw the song gain traction on the charts, they quickly reworked the song from a remix, removed Cha Cha Remix from the title, and ran with it as a single. The rest was history. So that did happen, right? Drake puts Hotline Bling out on SoundCloud. It gains some traction. It starts to go crazy. Then they put it out on Apple Music, Spotify, DSPs. At that time, it
And
wasn't as big of a thing.
and
We're
unpackaged
talking
it
20,
and
15,
repackaged
so
it.
it still existed. You know, it's still on Apple Music. and they took off the Cha Cha remix part. It was just called Hotline Bling, and then we know what happened. That song was one of Drake's highest charting songs ever. We had the music video moment. We had the SNL moment. It was number 2 overall in the country. Diamond.
Fake, have you ever made
Hotline Bling is a
anything that we
diamond
really
song.
liked?
It's a diamond song in the U.S. 8 times platinum in Australia. They're probably going crazy for Hotline Bling right now. He's
Come
singing
on,
at the concert. They know
Playboy.
word for word.
Did you make
Now, here's
anything?
where things get weird, right? Is that clearly Drum was an
Sweatshop.
influence, inspired the song, it was remixed. But he was
Weekend,
not credited as a
Party
producer,
Next
as a writer
Door,
on any of the songs.
Quentin,
Production, on
Benton,
royalties, he didn't get
all
anything.
them.
Drum
Come on,
got no
Playboy.
credit on
Did you
this
make
song, but not only
anything?
the credit was taken away afterwards. The monetary side of things was taken away from him too. If you look at a diamond song,
That boy would have got some bread.
which signifies 10
And
million
he could have just
sold,
gave that boy
according
some
to
bread or
the
gave that boy a
could potentially
feature.
earn an artist anywhere
He
between
could have gave
1
that
and
boy
2
a feature and
million
changed
dollars.
that
But
boy
if you
whole
look
life,
at
put
what
him
Drake's
on the
career,
remix or something.
probably even more.
Jumped on
Okay,
his
but I was talking
album.
about
He
music
could have did
views, we're just
anything
talking
because he
about
stole
the
it from
streams.
him.
So
In his face.
Drum was left out of all of that. And now he did come out afterwards and talk about it, right? We had
It was just a little shocking because it came out as like the Cha Cha remix.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
As in,
saying?
it's not really Hotline Bling. At the time.
Right.
At the time,
Like,
it was the
dropped
Cha Cha
like
remix.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just really weird. I ain't get no reach out or nothing or whatever. And
Man.
I don't know. Kind of it fucked with me for a long time.
It would fuck with a lot of people for a long time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that was my record.
And it started.
it's hilarious that Maul is in this clip. Just
Oh,
looking at
OVO
how
Maul?
everything went. It's just funny.
Sucking fucking mom.
As the Cha Cha remix. Yeah.
But to be honest, to be frank, bro, like, bro, that's so long ago.
For sure.
You feel me? Like,
The glaze
I don't
don't
even
know.
know, like, would I even had that angst to do a rock? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, Queen
What?
Badu, like, you know what I'm saying? Fucking with me, like.
It's still not. Drake helps you do broccoli. Lil Yachty. Come on, Playboy. I understand he's still trying to be political with this song.
Like I'm saying, Beyonce, Queen B, you know what I'm saying? Like her.
So that is the thing. After Cha Cha, I felt so happy for Drum because he had broccoli, and you know I love broccoli. You know I love me some broccoli.
And we
But
all love us
this
some
song with Lil
broccoli.
Yachty went crazy too, and I actually think it's probably certified platinum if, yeah, quintuple platinum. So it didn't go diamond, but he got a smash song.
But still,
And
that's a
so,
smash.
You know, the universe.
He gonna be
pays
able to
you
eat a
in
little
some
bit.
way.
But boy,
I do think.
what about that
it's
stimulus
one of those
package
things
for
where I
him,
can't look
Playboy?
at this current claim by Drum in a vacuum
Where it is?
when we have real history here. And then Drum, I think, got beat up
Huh?
by OVO.
Say what?
This is how I really put it. You know, if you put away, put to the side the massive success, all the crazy things, like, I feel as though
OVO
he's
Junkie
threatened
Boy.
by my musical talent, my abilities, my immense talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants to sing. He wants to sing.
He manufactured. Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
This is funny. I've
But,
never seen
hey, that sucker songs for you,
When
man.
you really want to do something
That
like
wasn't
that,
no
but you
singing,
just
man.
can't.
Auto tunes. I ain't
This
listened
is
to it, but
constantly, you know what I'm
I got
saying, bro?
enough
I
feedback.
overthink.
I didn't watch
You
enough
know,
TikToks to
everything,
know that
you know what I'm saying?
that
Like,
wasn't hitting,
all
player.
those years and for it to be this long
I'm an R&B
ago,
head,
and for
man.
it to
So if you
still
say you
be
dropping an
fresh on
R&B
my
album
mind,
and
you
it
know
ain't
what I mean?
R&B,
Like, it's just,
you
it's
dissing?
a great
I ain't
thing,
never.
and
Man,
I
come on, bro.
overthink.
So he ended up getting beat up. So yeah, Drum recalls violent 2017 altercation with Drake's bodyguards. This was 5 years after this happened. He
Hey, somebody tell Drake to shut the fuck up about that shit, man. Fucking 5 years ago. This nigga never even fucking touched me, nigga. I pressed his ass. His fucking bodyguards, goddamn. I ain't gonna hold you. His bodyguards went to town on this shit. But his bodyguards ain't not his bitch ass. He ain't touched me. He's a bitch. You know that. Well, why I gotta goddamn get into all of that? When I see him, I see him. You know what I'm saying? What's good with the one-on-one though, my baby? What's up, my nigga?
He ain't never had one of them.
But you don't want to do that.
He ain't never had one of them.
You want to have your guards. That's cool, though. He ain't touched me, though. And that shit from 5 years ago. Come on, nigga. Who else, like, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you keep bringing up, why don't you bring out how you got smacked by a Diddy or some shit?
And so the crazy thing about this is that Drake never even reached out to Drum and said, yo, I fuck with the song, I love it, it's a remix, let me get you on the Hotline Bling remix.
See?
Or let me get you some publishing or some writing credit. Or yo, I'm gonna put you as a credited writer because I was inspired by your song, I really love your work. He just took the song and ran with it. And I would be pissed if it was Drum too. Knowing it was, not only speculating was your idea, but knowing it was your idea that inspired this song, and it was written out bold face in front of the world and then just removed like it never happened. So I would be pissed if I was Drum. But here's the thing about this current one. This current one, I believe, has some potential to be true only because of this, right? So the history we saw. But Drake, we also got to remember, is super petty.
Super.
And so for me to think that Drake wouldn't do something like this again,
he ain't even petty, he's emotional.
You heard how outspoken Drum was. He sees another opportunity, like, I fuck with this song, let's remake it. Let's remake it.
It sounds like fake.
Nothing will happen. Nothing happened to me before, and this is
Sound
why I
like
say
fake.
it's like Drake acting like the victim all the time when he did a lot of these things to have the industry or a lot of these people dislike him or be mad at him or be upset at him. It's not like nothing happened. It's not like you did nothing to these people. People are upset for a reason, you know. So they're valid. They're valid, and so I could see him being petty enough and you know being like I'm untouchable enough to think that he could get away with this again to the same guy. Whether it was on purpose or not, I don't know. I can't say. And whether it
can
sounded
save you all the time.
And you guys can.
Nigga, they shot
I'm
Trump.
just saying. To me, it feels like he would do something like that again.
Super petty.
And even if he didn't do it on purpose, and the producer brought it to him, and then he found out after, I could still see him going through with it because he's like, you know, look, we already did it once to this guy. So
He
I don't
gonna
know.
say, fuck that nigga. He's gonna.
I mean,
That's pretty much the same song.
so it's like
That boy be stealing.
I don't know. The other thing that's even crazier, and this is me just looping everything full circle. Drum had a song, Broccoli, obviously that went crazy. Kendrick, also, his song, which you know my little thing, you know what I'm saying, the broccoli, and you know what I'm saying, Squabble Up. A lot of people are saying Nokia sounds like a Squabble Up reply, where Drake wants to actually make a song to compete with Squabble Up in the club, which is funny because he knows Squabble Up is actually going off and is actually getting people to dance, even though he's trying to act like Kendrick is the type of guy who can only make people dance with a dictionary. So I don't know.
He's
Broccoli,
a sucker. He in his own
Squabble
little
Up,
world.
Drum,
And the people around him.
Kendrick,
Okay.
there's a whole lot of time.
Alright, first of all, he didn't defame you, Drake. Chubbs, Baca, Party, whoever else, yeah. But them niggas ain't gonna tell you to chill out and do nothing. Because they the ones who got this for real. They the ones that it hurt, it stung way more because didn't nobody know their name. Now everybody at the Super Bowl is screaming their names. Getting hand-me-downs and having weird cases. Why is he around? Yada da woo. Nobody's gonna give you no good advice right now. But hey, shout out. Man, come on, I'm gonna go. I gotta do this right. Where he at? Come on. His name is Jeremy. He said his name at the beginning. But shout out to Jeremy, man. That was a dope one. Fake is a thief. He's still alive. Ain't nothing we can do about it but just call it out. Peace.